Welcome back to Across Louisiana. You know, if you've never heard of Alpha Xi Boule, then you're missing out on learning about some of the greatest social initiatives going on here in the greater Baton Rouge area. And here to give us the scoop on one of those, it's called My Brother's Keeper, is James Llorens. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
For folks who might not be familiar with Alpha Xi Boule and the great work you do, give us a little bit of background on what the organization it is and what the goals are for it.
Alpha Xi Boule is Boule of Sigma Pi Phi fraternity. The Boule has been, the Baton Rouge Alpha Xi Boule is celebrating its 50th anniversary.
Wow.
This year. It started in February of '65. And so we thought it very appropriate this year to join President Obama's My Brother's Keeper initiative as a social action program. And that's going to be our primary purpose as we celebrate our 50 years to demonstrate that we have this need here in Baton Rouge and across the country. My Brother's Keeper initiative is an initiative started by President Obama in February of last year, and addressing the opportunity gaps between boys and young men of color in terms of education, in terms of job training, in terms of their ability to come out and address those things that are affecting their lives. And so he's called on community groups around the country to join this initiative, join My Brother's Keeper initiative, and Alpha Xi Boule is doing so. And as a part of how we're going to address that, we're going to have a community forum, if you will, on June 20th at a Lenoir Hall on Southern University campus. And it's our response to the President's call for action with My Brother's Keeper initiative. So that's going to be an interactive forum. It will start at 10 o'clock in the morning, go till 12:30. We have national panelists that are coming in. Curly Dossman, who's from Louisiana, is National President of 100 Black Men of America. Gregory Vincent from University of Texas at Austin, formerly at LSU, formerly a member of Alpha Xi Boule, will come and address. Benjamin Crump, and a distinguished attorney, president of the National Bar Association, and Dr. Jelando Jackson from University of Wisconsin-Madison. And this is going to be an interactive panel. It's what do we do? What's the research out there? Can we conduct any more research? We're going to invite groups from around the city that are out there assisting youth, whether it's Big Buddy, 100 Black Men of America. Those groups coming in and saying, what can we do? How do we form this initiative in terms of addressing the needs of this community as regards to young men of color, and what do we do to participate in My Brother's Keeper initiative?
You touched on it briefly. I mean, my next question to you was going to be, who is this targeted to, and who should attend? Who's going to get the most out of this?
Well, we're going to have, we're invited young men there too. The target is, are those young men that are out there that are coming into school unprepared, not reading at grade level. How do you address that? Young men that have been in a system where they need a second chance. That's the target. We want to ensure that the goals are to decrease and wipe out that gap that exists between young men of color, and especially those with limited resources. And so it's really developing a strategy of action. There are a number of groups that are assisting in this throughout the community. Like I said, whether it's the Big Buddy program, whether it's 100 Black Men, whether it's other fraternities, other sororities even that help to address that issue. So that's who we're asking to come, and it's open.
Obviously, it's important work, and if people want to go somewhere to find out more information and get the details, where do they need to go for that?
I don't believe we have a website yet, but we'll be making announcements out, and we'll be putting the information out to the various groups. But we're just asking, from this program, invite them to come out on June 20th A.A. Lenoir Hall, Southern University Law Center.
Sounds great. Thanks so much for your great
Thank
work
you.
you're doing and coming on and telling us about it.
Thanks a lot.
Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Across Louisiana. I'd like to thank all of our guests today and thank you for joining us. Get out there and have a great weekend, everyone.